my entire body got paralyzed.
But you finished your residency as a surgeon.
Yes.
And you try now to do different things.
If it is challenging, then I must become doctor.
You have also developed some techniques, some surgical techniques with your name. Can you tell us about this?
If you want to develop something and you give your project, government will sponsor. But not in every country. It is not possible.
And why you start thinking about teaching? This is what you told me. You love teaching, and I saw also, as I told you before the recording, that you explaining everything in details. I understand as a surgeon a lot of things from your way of explanation, really in details, and how it's work from the physics and everything. And what you reached nowadays, it was your vision?
Because teaching is something, a bond between the student and teacher. And that bond take place within first few minutes of teaching. If your student will understand that this teacher, I can get something, they will accept you as a teacher.
Let me ask you something else, which is if we go 40, 50 years back, you will even do what you did already now, or you or regret some steps in your life, or you will change your actual life. What you will do if I give you the chance to come back to the past? اليوم راح نحكي عن نوع تاني من انواع الفيديوهات. انا مبسوط كتير اني نبدا هذا النوع اللي هو البودكاست، نحكي مع الناس المشاهير، مع الناس اللي هي مؤثرين، الظاهرات اللي ممكن تأثر على حياتنا في العالم بشكل كامل او بعالم الطب بشكل خاص. اليوم انا بسعدني اني استضيف بروفيسور دكتور مشرا. He is now in our studio, and I'm very happy to invite him for a small discussion about his journey. Welcome, Dr. Mishra.
Thank you, Dr. Adam.
Thank you.
And it's my pleasure to discuss regarding laparoscopy, robotic, and regarding myself. Thank you very much for calling me.
It's my pleasure, and it's my honor to having you here in our studio. And let us start with Dr. Mishra as a child. How it's look like? You told me before the camera and before recording, your father was a surgeon. Can you tell me about this?
Actually, my father was a very big surgeon. He has done more than 60,000 surgery in his lifetime. And my grandfather was also a surgeon. So at British time, at that time India was under the British government. And he was a British surgeon. So at that time they were wearing the half pant, grey color, with the undershirt white and tie and hunter in the hand. And they were going to the villages on the horse to treat the people, because maybe in the 500 kilometers there will be one doctor. And at that time concept of surgeon and physician was not there. It was only the doctor. So MBBS was the only degree. MS, MD was not there at that time. It may be a story 75 years ago. So he was also a doctor. Then my father became surgeon. And my date of birth is 15th August 1967. So just after 6 months of my birth, I got the polio vaccine. And the first polio vaccine, just after a few days, I started having the very high fever. And then my entire body got paralyzed. Below the neck, both the hand, both the leg, waist, entire body. That I was 6 months, I was in lap of my mother. My father wanted to give me something to eat, but I could not lift my hand. Then he realized that there is some problem. And then I was taken to the physician. They said that his entire body is paralyzed, only he can blink his eye. And they thought that I am weak due to fever. That's why it is there. So this is how it happened.
You told me also that time the oral vaccine wasn't.
Oral vaccine was not there at that time, and developing country like India, the incidence of the polio was a huge amount, because in developing country hygiene is not so good, and it is, as you know, fecal-oral route is the main mode of transmission of the polio. So it was happening a lot. Now it is eradicated, now it's no more, but at that time it was happening a lot. So, and when they were using the attenuated vaccine for the injection, so sometimes that attenuation may be not up to mark. So vaccine induced polio was also happening. In oral it doesn't happen, but in injection chances of vaccine induced it is there. So I don't know it was vaccine induced, or maybe in the incubation period I may got infected, but this was how it started.
Do you have brother or sisters?
Yes, I have two brothers, and there is no sister.
And your brothers, nobody have the same problem as you?
No, fortunately they are completely fine. They don't have this problem. Actually, my brother has sacrificed a lot. Means I didn't go to school up to when I was in up to seventh standard. I didn't go to school. Sometime my brother used to take me to his classes.
How old? As you start going to the school?
I was, 12-year-old when I went first time in school. And that was directly on the 8th standard. Before that, the tutor was coming to my house and they were teaching me. I didn't go to the basic school. Directly when I was 12th standard, I took admission in 8th, and on 14th age, I finished my basic 10th, 10 plus 2.
That means you couldn't write, or you couldn't...
No, I was not able to go.
But you trained at home? Somebody helped you at home in this between 7 and 12?
Yes, my mother was teaching me, and the teachers were coming to my home to give me the education, and people were saying that I was very intelligent. So
we can see that. And I think if you come from let me say a rich family in India in that time, father surgeon, grandfather surgeon.
No, actually, at that time the income of the doctors were not that much, but we were not poor also. It was middle class, you can say.
Okay, that means this the teacher coming to you at home, it was also expensive, or it was with extra payment?
No, at that time teachers were not very expensive. At that time teachers were, still today also in India teachers are not expensive, unfortunately. They are not very highly paid. But and that was the primary education.
What is the change between 7 years old and 12? Why it was difficult to go to the school 7 years old and 12?
Do you know what happened? That means I am using caliper on my foot. Both the foot, I have a caliper there. Both the legs are paralyzed, and partially left hand is also paralyzed. If you will touch, then you can feel it. Otherwise, from outside people, they cannot feel anything. So, what was the problem? That, the government school, they were far away, maybe 2 kilometers away from the house. Another problem is that, I need some escort, means some help of some other person to walk over. So that's why my father decided that he may fall or something happens. So better to teach him a basic education at the home. But once you will go to 10th standard, then you can no more take private tuition, because that certificate will be given by the board. So that I have to go. So at that time I was forced to go, because otherwise you will not be called qualified. So that's why I started going. However, my attendance on the school was very bad, maybe 30%. 70% I was studying at home itself.
And how? You mean 30%? You went to the school every time early morning and you come back with the other children's, right?
No, basically I was going, at that time in the school, toilet facility for the challenging person were not there, as you can imagine that. And everywhere stairs were there. You have to climb the stairs. So I was not staying at the school for a long time, 2-3 hours, that's all. Then my driver was there who was taking me back to my home, because it was not very convenient for me.
And you told me your brother helped you a lot in this phase. How?
Sometime, suppose I have a problem in going the washroom and all, and if there is a stair, he was carrying me on his, back and climbing with me to the stairs and other places.
Do you have kids or children?
Yes.
And after that, you finished the school system, and then you decide to be a doctor. It was like this.
I have this impression that I should become a doctor because my family was the family of doctors.
From the beginning.
From the beginning, I wanted. And nobody discouraged me except one person, that he was my orthopedic surgeon, my doctor. He was very famous doctor. His name was B. Mukhopadhyay. He was very famous in Asia. So he was taking care of me occasionally for exercises, because there was no medicine, no treatment for this disease. But he was prescribing me the medicines and whatever he can do, some physiotherapy and all he was prescribing. So he asked me that, what you want to become? I said, doctor. They were, no, don't do this mistake at all. So this profession is not for you. Mm-hmm. So you should become some lecturer, some teacher. But doctor, it won't be possible for you. And then my father said that what you will do? Then I said that no, then I will become doctor only. If it is challenging, then I must become doctor.
Wow.
In my matric examination, I was the topper of my school. And then there is one science college, Patna Science College. I got admission there because my marks was very good. But at that time, I was only 16-year-old.
As you finished the school?
Yes, I finished the school.
Too early?
Yes, because directly I took admission in 8th standard.
Because you have a good marks?
Yes, means directly 8th standard I took admission. 2 years later on the 10th, I qualified 10th. And then 2 years later on 16th, I qualified my intermediate, that is +2. After that, you can sit for the competition of the MBBS. But your age should be 17. But at that time, my age was only 16.
And then?
I prepared 1 year more because I have to wait, because minimum age is 17 at that time. Less than 17, you cannot take admission in the medical. And then in the first instance, I competed in 3 medical colleges. One was St. John Medical College, Mangalore. That is one of the very big medical colleges. I went there, but they refused my admission on the physical ground. They said that it is not possible for you to get admission because our campus is too big. One department is here, another department is here. And unfortunately, at that time, in 1986, when I took admission, at that time there was no any, reservation or any extra benefit for the physically challenged person in medicine. So I was competing with the general category. Means, as you know, in India there is reservation also for backward classes or for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. And now there is a reservation for physically challenged also. But at that time, if you are physically challenged, you will not get admission.
That was 1996.
Yes, at that time. So they refused. After that, I took admission second medical college where I competed in Motilal Nehru Medical College. That campus was also too big for me because physiology was different place, biochemistry was a different place, and I studied there for 3 months. But the problem is one anatomy class will be finished, and then the students were running for physiology class in the physiology building, and then I have to go. I was reaching on the class 15 minutes late. However, teachers were not saying anything to me, but then result came to my own state in the Bihar, and that was the smallest building in Magad Medical College. So I decided that this is more comfortable for me. So my decision of medical college was not on the basis of how big the college is. It was on the basis for how small the college is.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
So then I did it. After that, I did my residency from Darbhanga Medical College. And then at that time, it was a story around 1998. At that time, when I finished my MBBS and residency also, then in the entire world there was only one university, that is University of Dundee. That has started Master in Minimal Access Surgery program.
Which time?
It is 1998. And that was the initiation of the Professor Sir Alfred Kusheri. Professor Sir Alfred Kusheri is considered as the father of laparoscopy in Europe because he did the first cholecystectomy in England.
In England. Not the German doctor.
The Germans were the pioneer in laparoscopy.
Yes.
German, that is Von Ort and the others, and then Professor Sim. Yes, they were the inventor of laparoscopy. But I am talking about the Europe, in Britain basically, Great Britain. Professor Sir Alfred Kusheri is considered father of laparoscopy. So he has started this program in University of Dundee, first batch. And they planned for only 5 students from all over the world. They announced it.
Only 5?
Only 5.
But only 5 is a big competition.
Because it is it's a master program.
But you finished your residency as a surgeon.
Yes.
And you try now to do different things.
Yes. So I got it through I was very good in computer actually at that time also. Because I was not going, there was no much extracurricular activity to go to football or outdoor game. So, and at that time, internet has just launched in India, basic level internet with the modem, router, with the telephone line.
As usual, as all over the world.
Yes. So then I came to know, I applied there, and they wanted to have some experience. So I sent all the biography, everything. My marks I was having the honors in the anatomy and other subject also. Honors means more than 75% if you have marks. And then I got selection.
That means you was one of the best in the medical student even.
But after that, they rejected me. Why? Because once I sent there was one column there that any physical problem, then I have to write. And my interview was there in the, British Council.
In India?
In India. So, physical interview, so they rejected it. They said it's not possible, we cannot take you because laparoscopy is very physically intense program. And it's first time we are running the Masters in Minimal Access Surgery program. And it won't be possible because, laparoscopy is very physically
challenging.
So I was very depressed. But what happened that the chancellor of the university was Sir James Black, Sir White James Black. He is Nobel Prize winner. Okay. The atenolol which we are eating, that beta blocker, he has invented. So he was Nobel Prize winner, and I wrote to him one email that I was expecting that United Kingdom should not do any partiality to anyone on the physical ground. And as long as you are the Chancellor, this is happening. I was rejected on this basis. Then he called my professor, Sir Alfred Kusheri.
It was an email from you. Only one email.
Only one. To my Chancellor. He was a university Chancellor. So then there was a meeting there, and they again finally selected me. They said that this person is something special.
That means you was one of these 5.
Yes,
Good.
one of the 5. And then when I came to Edinburgh airport, they personally came to receive me. They wanted to see that how much is my disability, and they took me to the Wimberley House, that is the hostel there, with their car. And you will be very much surprised that my department, that is surgical skill unit in university, was in -7th floor down there. Yes. So from -6 to -7 there was no lift. You have to go by a stair. Up to -6 there was lift, but it was too deep, so due to some technical problem they might not have made. So the first day when I came and my professor saw me coming down from the stair, he given the order to, means for the university to break all the stairs and make the ramp. And then university has given me one electric scooter. Electric scooter, the old people who are using this type of buggy, have you seen? Maybe here also. Yes. That type of scooter was given to me to go anywhere in the hospital. It was not a wheelchair, just a three-wheel scooter.
It helped a lot.
I was not opening my shoes because I cannot, it is fixed with my caliper. So they allowed me that, and he helped me a lot. With him, I have many publications with Professor Sir Alfred Kusheri, because he was the chief editor of surgical endoscopy. You know that, SAGES, Society of American Gastrointestinal Endoscopy, that is the most respected journal of the world. And then I did the research, my thesis was on the shadow casting illumination in the minimal access surgery. Means how to put the light from the top, not all around the lens, so that you can have the better shadow, because shadow is important in laparoscopy. Little shadow gives you depth perception. So my thesis was also published. It is still there in archive of, if you put in Google shadow in laparoscopy, it will come. So
that's why sometimes there is two light sources or...
Two light sources also works. But even in the same telescope, if you will put the fiber on the top and the lens on the bottom, then it will become shadow. Just like here the light is on the top. So we have little shadow. A little shadow is very helpful because it gives you the depth because of texture gradient. Texture brighter is nearer, darker is deeper. So that's how my laparoscopic journey started, under the guidance of another teacher who has helped me a lot is Professor George Hanna. He is Egyptian, and he was my consultant
in Edinburgh.
Yes, so he was taking me on his car from my hostel
to the hospital.
And he liked me a lot. There is one Dunfermline hospital. So we were not allowed to operate on the university because generally, as you know, that unless you are consultant level in UK, you
can't make something alone.
Yes, but there was one Dunfermline hospital that was a smaller hospital under the NHS. And he was taking me on his car also to that hospital and allowing me to assist. So he is also one of my mentor. Still, he is the president of EAES, European Association of Endoscopic Surgeons, George Hanna, today is still. And he was the chief editor of surgical endoscopy. Now his term is over. Now someone else is there. So he was also my mentor.
You still have contacts with him?
Yes. He is now the professor in the Imperial College London. And I have invited him also in India once. He came in one of our conference. And he also likes me a lot. And the reason was that they were knowing that he has dedicated his life for the, training. And what in the Dundee University, we were masters, but there were small courses. As you know, everywhere there are 3-day, 4-day courses. So they were running a small course. And in those small courses, I was teaching. At that time also. Myself was a student. But because we were in master's program, full time and clinical, so for short courses, they were allowing us to take some classes. Then at that time, I decided that I should also continue this teaching. So this is how something happened. And because when I came to India at that time, I was having only the university degree in the minimal access surgery. So I was in Apollo hospital. There is one corporate hospital. But the problem was happening in that hospital that again physically it was very difficult to cope with the multi-specialty, multi-disciplinary hospital because there was a lot of walking required. You have to go with the consultant in the round, in different OTs, big building, a lot of stress physical. So then I started my own because I can make the things according to your capability and approachable. And then I started giving training also because I love teaching. So after that, slowly things become easy. I'm only speaking, you are not. Tell me, okay, anyway, because you wanted to. So then I started going to the other places also. Like in 2003, I started coming to Dubai, Iranian hospital, Dubai. One of my student, he has invited me there. I started in Iranian hospital. He was Iranian. So after that, there is a IBC, you might be knowing here. There is a training institute here that is called IBC. There is one company, IBC. So they invited me, they wanted to start the laparoscopic training.
It was that time, 2003, in Dubai, UAE, no laparoscopy?
No laparoscopic. Surgery people were doing in some of the hospitals. Germans were coming, or British or Americans were coming to do, but there were no institute there as such. So I started laparoscopy in IBC. IBC is the only institute after us who gives the regular laparoscopic training in UAE. It's a very big company. And they give training of different other things also, ultrasound, aesthetic medicine, cosmetic gynecology. But laparoscopy I have started there. After that, in Iran, in the Rasul Akram Institute of Medical Sciences in Tehran University, I started training there. Then in Malta, then Kenya, then Gulu in the Africa, in Uganda, Istanbul, Turkey. Because at that time only my website was there for laparoscopy. If you laparoscopy, you will type still world laparoscopy comes number 1.
No.
Yes, whatever you will type laparoscopic training or course or whatever, still in the Google organically it is coming number 1 because it is one of
20 years old website.
No, it is 30-year-old.
30 years old.
Like when I was in medical school, during residency, at that time only I made my website. 30-year-old.
You have vision for
Yes,
future.
because before in UK when I was there, at that time my website was already running. One time my university objected me also for that.
Okay.
That how come you make your website and putting the videos? Then I suspended it for some time because you are still not qualified. You are still, and you are running website, because at that time running website was little big thing. I have put the name World Laparoscopy Hospital.
Really? From that time?
At that time.
The same name what you use
Yes,
nowadays?
still nowadays. So laparoscopyhospital.com is the this. I tried to buy laparoscopy.com, but it belongs to one American surgeon. He charged me a lot. At that time, he was asking for $50,000. So
$50,000.
he is still running, but very less. Anyway, so then, so through my website, they were calling me in different country to give training. And then I devoted more time in training and doing surgery at my own place. And then slowly in Libya, in the Al Jala hospital, at that time Gaddafi was the president, I started. In Iraq, Iran, already I have an institute opened there. Means I helped them to open, it was not owned by me. So at least 30 countries, I helped them to start laparoscopy. And now my students are running there already. And then slowly in 2010, I thought, in the meantime, I wrote many books. Like still in the Google, if you will type textbook of laparoscopy, then my book is #1 position. It is from McGraw-Hill in the USA, and from India it is by JP Brothers. Then I have book in hernia, over hernia. Then another book is on suturing knotting. In 2010, I started robotic.
2010.
At that time, in India, we have only one robot in All India Institute of Medical Sciences. That was a government premier institute there.
Which robot was that? Belonging which company?
Da Vinci. Da Vinci was the only player till 2020, isn't it?
But I think before was the German one. This
The GS robot, but GS was not. GS has merged with the Da Vinci in 2003. But so 2010, US FDA approved, there was only one robot. That is Da Vinci. GS and Intensive Surgical has a fight together. In 2003, they phased out. So only one robot was existing there at that time.
In India?
Everywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world, only one US FDA approved robot, that is Da Vinci. So that I purchased with a huge loan. My family was against that. What are you doing? This is because at that time the cost was approximately $1.3 million.
And you bought it yourself? Without helping from government or anything else?
No, nobody helps you. Because I took loan from bank. Do you know why? Because government in the India, they still consider laparoscopy as a luxury.
Okay. Still until...
Yes, because their main focus is on the primary health care.
Because of the huge population.
Huge population. And they think that now it is different. Now they understood now that laparoscopy and robotic is the future. But at that time, robotic nobody was thinking about. So I have started. There is one, my friend, Dr. Putambekar. He is also a very big surgeon, onco-surgeon. He has also started in the same time. And then slowly, we start, because future is robotic. And robotic was little more convenient for me. Because I can sit and operate. You don't need the physical that much, stress is not there.
Okay, you told me at the beginning I want to come back to this point, your orthopedic surgeon, he told you, no, what you would want to become, you told him, I want to become a doctor, and he told you, forget about it, it will not.
Not only that. He discouraged me not to become a doctor. After that, when I become in MBBS and I went again for his consultation,
Okay.
then he told that how can they take your admission?
He was not happy for that.
No, he was not happy. He was blaming the government.
Okay.
That how did they allow you to get admission? I said that, sir, I competed. I am not on the capitation. I have competed in 3 medical colleges and on the general category, not on the reservation. Then he said that, okay, no problem. So, but you should always choose the medicine. Not the surgery. Then I decided that I will definitely take surgery.
Because of him.
Because of...
The problem is what I cannot understand, how you got this mindset. Because nowadays...
No, I will tell you one thing, which I believe strongly. That if God will take something from you, He will give you something extra. In medical term, you may say it compensatory hypertrophy. Isn't it?
Right.
But only thing is that, problem happens that sometime it get discouraged by the family itself. My family has never discouraged me.
They were supported all the time.
They always supported. Not money-wise, because I never took any capitation or any fees. Everywhere I get my scholarship already. When I was even in England, I get British Medical Association award, and there is one Lord Ashdown award. So they supported me by paying the £1,000 at one place extra when I was having no laptop at that time. Then British Medical Association has given me money to buy laptop also in UK. So that way Britishers are very good. In our country there is a lot of hate for the Britishers because they ruled the country, and every colony of the British, because they ruled, so they have political they want that they are bad, but that way they are very supportive because they don't do any partiality, especially at that time. Now things are changing politically, but they supported me a lot everywhere during my education, for my stay, for my financial support. They were very friendly, and that credit goes to my professor, both Professor Sir Alfred Kusheri and then Professor George Hanna, and my Vice Chancellor also. Actually, there is no Vice Chancellor, there will be Chancellor there. In UK, all the universities are government, private players are not there. And there will be Chancellor because Queen is the main and Chancellor will be. Vice Chancellor word is not used there. So that way they helped me a lot. And I was focused in my work because there was no one way it happened good. Because I was forced to be focused. People who has everything physically, they can go everywhere, they can participate in all the activities. They get little distracted. Because once you will see, your desire will be to get those things. Am I right?
100%.
If you will go to the party, you will see girls, you will have desire to talk with them. I cannot go. So I was forced to work on this thing was there. Another, that family support was there. Then my wife's support was a lot.
How you get to know your wife and making a relationship? It was in the college or?
No, it was just after my MBBS. They were talking regarding my marriage, and she herself has shown her desire that she want to marry me. I wanted that the girl who should marry me, that she should know everything about me before that. And another, that she was distantly related to my family also, family friends were there. So that way we were, it was not a love marriage, but our family were knowing each other. So then she was knowing about my all the development, everything. So she herself has shown interest and their family. But after marriage, she has supported me a lot.
She's also a doctor, or?
She is a Ayurvedic graduate, but she is not doing her practice. She is just supporting me every way, everywhere. This is how it was there. And now it is almost dedicated to laparoscopy and robotic surgery. We have now 3 institutes. One is in India, another is in Dubai Healthcare City, and third is in Orlando, in USA. I get opportunity from other places also to open. But I cannot, because they want me physically to be there. It is difficult to go, because if you go at one place, other place you cannot be. Even I try to do online also, but that doesn't work, because you have to show them the skill of suturing, knotting, and laparoscopy is something which is not a specialization, it's a skill. So you need to show them. Otherwise, it doesn't give you the essence of the training. So here we have every alternate month in Dubai, and in USA every 4th month we have. Only 3 times in a year. So here we have our dry lab, and the animal lab we are using University of Sharjah, because this is the only facility in UAE. You cannot run your own animal lab because of ethical issue. And in USA we are using the Advent Health University of South Florida, their animal lab. So this is how laparoscopy means. We have trained more than 15,000 surgeons so far. All over the world.
Laparoscopy and robotic?
Robotic is not that much. Robotic we have approximately 3,000, because robotic every month we have 10 to 15 students, and from 2010 we are giving the training. So you can calculate in 1 year maybe means average 1,000. So, and that also not in every month 10 will be there. Sometimes 6, 5 will also be there, because huge cost of robot. Now it is getting more. Because competition, yes. Even most of the hospital who run robotic, they are in loss. But due to competition, they have to buy. Because if your neighbor hospital has, you have to buy.
And why you start thinking about teaching? This is what you told me. You love teaching, and I saw also, as I told you before the recording, that you explaining everything in details. I understand as a surgeon a lot of things from your way of explanation, really in details, and how it's work from the physics and everything. And what you reached nowadays, it was your vision?
Yes. Actually, there are 2-3 things which happen in that. One thing is that still, most of the people who do laparoscopy, they learn from their consultant. And once they learn from the consultant, they only learn the technique of doing it. They don't go in the physics, they don't go in fundamentals. Because and it is not required for doing laparoscopy. You don't need any master degree. You don't need it. Once you have worked as a resident and you have the opportunity to do laparoscopy, you can start laparoscopy. Isn't it?
Yes.
So when I took the Nine Wells Hospital and Medical School, my master degree, at that time they started from the basics. Because they have to make a curriculum. Just like if you have a MS in surgery or master in surgery, then you have to go with all the curriculum, like chapter wise, ABC from. So they made a curriculum and they started from the basics. So that was one reason. Another, that in my opinion, best way of developing the skill of teaching is to start teaching. Because once you will start teaching, then obviously you have to go in detail, because they can ask you anything, any question. And once you will prepare the answers of those questions, yes, you will study it. Because teaching is something, a bond between the student and teacher. And that bond take place within first few minutes of teaching. If your student will understand that this teacher, I can get something, they will accept you as a teacher. And if the student will understand within few minutes that he is bluffing, then they will never accept you as a teacher. You keep on trying, it will never happen. So there should be a potential difference.
To be a teacher is also some skills. You need to have some knowledge.
Some knowledge, and that knowledge should be in such a way that your student should accept it, you as a teacher. And now the students are very clever.
Yes.
You cannot fool them, isn't it? Because sometimes they are more qualified than you. When I came from England to India, and at that time when I started teaching, in first of my batch, there were 3 professors.
Oh, challenging.
Yes, I was around 32-year-old and my students were 60-year-old. Professor. Why? Because at that time only professors were daring to do laparoscopy. Resident cannot dare to do laparoscopy anyway. So when I came, first I touched their feet. That is a custom in India for the religion, as a respect. Then say, where is the teacher who will teach us? I said, sir, who are you? I said, okay, what can you teach? When did you pass? What is your qualification, like that? They started taking my interview. I was expecting that also. And then I started, sir, let me explain. And within one day, there were only 3-day course, 3-day program. After one day, laparoscopy. After that, they surrendered. They say that as a teacher. Means you will see their body language and all. Because they got benefit.
You win their respect.
Confidence, yes. Their confidence and their respect as a teacher. After that, you have a lot of responsibility. You have to read, isn't it? And then you have to make your PowerPoint, your presentation, your video, a lot of work. Later, those things will be easy because once you did it, then it becomes yours. Pool bank, yes. But in the beginning, you have to do a lot of work. So, this is the way I develop the more ideas also how the students should know. Basically, there are a lot of teachers of teaching laparoscopy, but most of them, they are very good surgeon. Very good surgeon. Yes. Problem is that, like a coach of a football, the coach himself may not play football, but he know how to make a better player. It's exactly same way. A coach of any sports is different than a player itself. But player has respect for their coach. Because they know that due to coach I am here. Big player, big boxers, they keep on changing their coach.
And sometimes a very good player cannot be a coach.
Yeah, cannot be a coach. And another important thing that you should have honesty during teaching. That you should not hide anything from you. All the PowerPoints are open in the member area, free for my students. Do you know what happened to that? Once I give them, then I have a desire to make it much better version for me. Because this is now given. So I have to update it. One new version. And once new version I update, I have to add some extra knowledge, extra information.
And also for free.
Also for free, then again I have to develop new one. So that way it keep on updating. And another important thing is that many things happen which happen suddenly without your knowledge. Maybe some extra force is there, which we say God or whatever. They assign you some work. They wanted you to get those work done through you. And then another important thing, that love of my student for me. They love me a lot from inside, because they know that this teacher has given me something. And if someone, what we say dua, someone have good wishes for you, then you will develop definitely.
100%. Can I take these words and say, maybe it is a private thing, but do you believe in God as a religious area?
Yes.
Yes. And you believe that everything what's happened, it's from God?
From God. And if means you say anything almighty, whatever, all the religion, actually the force which decides is one. It may be you are worshipping it in a different way, but it is ultimately one. And he doesn't control you directly. He controls you through the good wishes of the other people. If people like patient also, if they give money or not, they give money, I don't care. Even I don't fix the, this prices also. I never talk from them about the prices. Because if they are happy, I am happy. Any of my students, he will say that he has financial problem. He cannot pay the fee. Whatever you can pay, it's good. I never force them. I don't like to talk with them also regarding this. But someone, if he will ask me, they will not get no from me. And maybe that force is giving me the energy.
100%. This is a good point of view. And if we are speaking now about the robotic surgery and laparoscopic surgery, can you tell me, honestly, from your convent, why robotic is better?
Do you know, future is robotic. But right now, robotic is a industry-driven surgery. Why robotic is better? Because it has 3D vision, precision, and as you already know that it has a remote sensing capacity, motion scaling. You can scale your crude movement into fine movement. But most important thing is, right now, that industry is trying to push it hard. Because industry, once it gets the benefit, whatever technology, they will try to drive it. Unfortunately, at this moment of time, if you will honestly ask me, then direct advantage of robotic is not there over laparoscopy. And except for few surgery, which need a lot of precision, like radical prostatectomy or very advanced colorectal or anastomosis or bypass. Very deep pelvic surgery, yes. But you will be surprised that majority of the surgery which is going on right now by robotic is just to make money on the name of robotic. And a good laparoscopic surgeon may perform it better than robotic in his hand. But things are not going this way right now. Right now, in my opinion, one of the most important technological pushback by the industry after defense is the medicine. You will see maximum war, maximum political, these type of sanctions or other things is due to the arm industry. Am I right? This is all political war, political these things, just to sell arm. And there is government is running before the arm to gather more and more sophisticated arm, to develop more and more arm. And on the name of their defense. And the other government, they are trying to initiate the war so that arm can be sold more. Same is happening indirectly under curtain for medicine. More and more technology is developing, more and more sophisticated software, AI, all is cutting. But in the background of those is just to make money. Surgery is going beyond the limit of the reach of the common man. Isn't it?
100%. Yes. You are very honest.
Yes, that is there. But this is also true that once the technology has rolled out, it cannot go back. And probably this is the way how the invention happened. When computer came, people were against that it will take the job of the common person who is doing 10 people who will do work, one computer will do. So what will happen to the 9 remaining? But today computer is essential and computer is now in your pocket. So same way, right now robotic is not beneficial. But future is only robotic. This is also true. Because industry is not going to roll back this technology. And the cost which is right now, that won't sustain in the future because new robot has come. Competition is started. You know, like in India, Mantra robot is already there. The one Mantra robot in the Dubai also they have launched. But they are still behind because FDA has not approved it. So the Dubai hospital who has purchased it, they cannot use it.
Dubai.
In Dubai, yes.
The third version?
Third version. But still the government has stopped them using it because FDA has not approved. And FDA only will approve the American product. So this type of problem is going on, but future is robotic again.
What do you mean with future?
Future means, right now one of the biggest drawback is the cost. But once competition is started, then cost has to come down because technology itself is not asking for money. This is our desire to sell that technology which we are fixing the price. Am I right?
You mean future is 5 years, 7 years, 10 years?
Just 5 years. Just 5 years. Why? Because now almost all the big countries, they have started making indigenous, their own robot. Like Germany has many. Germany is the pioneer in the robotic technology anyway. First German robot GS was made and France has their own. China has 2-3 companies and America is already leader. So that way once every country has started making it, price will come down. Right now, monopoly of Da Vinci Institute Surgical is no more. And they are afraid. That's why they have put huge cost because they know that whatever you have to earn. A day will come when you will be finished. So now decline is started of the Da Vinci Institute Surgical. Transcentrix is there, Hugo robot is there, CMR is there. Then other countries also has their own robot. So future is robotic. That is true. You know, it is same as 40 years ago, laparoscopy started. It was huge, expensive. People were thinking that it is propaganda, it will not work. But today, laparoscopy has almost replaced the open surgery. Similarly, after 5 years, robotic will replace the laparoscopy. But on the cost of justification of the cost is a big challenge.
From the insurance also.
Insurance is ready to pay, but premium will be more. Premium will be more.
That means it will affect also the individuals.
Ultimately, individual has to pay. So that is the problem. But any technology when it develops, it happens same way. Either automobile technology or your phone technology. When it was in the beginning, it was too expensive. Now expense is same, but quality has a lot of. Now you cannot stay even one day without your mobile. And now your mobile is in your watch also.
Right. The thing is, what I want to ask you about, even benefit of robotic surgery is also telesurgery.
Yes.
And you did also already multiple telesurgeries. Maybe in America, when you are doing surgery, complicated surgery in a small town and a village, and you can do it remotely. And this will help a lot of centers, a lot of small villages to having surgeries from a good hands remotely. What is your experience about this?
Telesurgery is also a future. And now AI with the artificial intelligence, will remove all the, problem of the perception, problem of this time lag. Because now the Starlink technology we have by Elon Musk, satellite to satellite communication, directly you can communicate. Right now we are working on fiber optic, but another is Li-Fi, light emitting diode fidelity. That also has less than 200 millisecond time lag. And the Starlink has 137 millisecond time lag. So you are absolutely correct that future is the telesurgery also. Now, telesurgery, directly doing the surgery is not that much important, as proctoring and mentoring is important. Like suppose I do rectopexy, but I don't know how to do low anterior resection. Then I can take a help of a proctor. Like suppose I want a Stephen D. Wexner, who is my good friend. He is in the Cleveland Clinic. And he has helped us also to do that. When in India we started robotic, then you can connect two robots, and this proctoring he has helped us in 2010 itself. Two robots can be connected, and audio video he can guide you.
Only guiding?
Only guiding. No, he cannot take a step, because a step will be again time lag. But he can see in his console and he can guide you. You are okay to go, you continue. In laparoscopy, if you want to guide some of your student, you have to stand behind him, or you should be present in the OT. But proctoring and mentoring, time lag is not a problem, because you are real surgeon, you will take care of time lag. And my guide has different time frame. But 4 seconds later also, if he is telling you that your dissection is incomplete, you can do little more. And that way you can also proctoring, mentoring, and probably within 5 to 10 years telesurgery will start. Yes. And after that, already John Hopkins has started doing the first robot they have made to do the bowel anastomosis without the help of the surgeon.
With the robot?
With the robot. So once artificial intelligence will come in the robot, then after that, some of the tasks it can do without your help. Like suppose you will put 2 bowel loop in front of that and just just scratch a line, and it will do the anastomosis of that one with the auto suturing devices. There are a lot of auto suturing devices in the laparoscopy also. Those are coming with the robotic. So future is robotic. But right now we are in transition phase. And in this transition phase, it is more propaganda than the advanced benefit.
Let me ask you something else, which is if we go 40, 50 years back, you will even do what you did already now, or you or regret some steps in your life, or you will change your actual life? What you will do if I give you the chance to come back to the past?
I don't know. Because, I will tell you that when I used to go to the other country, like Dr. Abdul Raja Pajauki, he is my student in the Iran, Tehran University. He was the Vice Chancellor of University. In Iran, if you want to become a Vice Chancellor of University, of medical department, then you have to be a doctor. It is like that. And in one university, you have 2-3 Vice Chancellor. Medicine, different Vice Chancellor. Engineering, different one. That concept they have. So he was my student. He took training from me in 2003. And then he invited me to Iran. And you will be surprised that when I was going there, then people were asking me, means not asking, but I am a real Dr. Misra or not. They wanted to see me walking. So if they will see that I am limping, then I am original doctor.
Ah, okay.
So it became my identity. You got what I meant to say. So
That means your problem become your identity.
yes, identity. Yes, he's original. So even if I go 50 years back, I don't know.
You will let them give you this injection if you have the chance.
Being a healthy person is something which you can enjoy maximum. So definitely I would like to have a very healthy person because I struggle a lot for this disability. I struggle a lot. Means I struggle a lot, I will not say. Struggle every day. Every day of my life is a struggle. However, this I made it, but that is painful. It is not easy. So definitely all of you are blessed with a good health. Because, when I go to some conferences, then people are thinking about what they will speak, what they will tell to the student, how they will speak. And I always used to see that how many stairs they have to go to a stage. They have a ramp or not. I don't
think about the subject already.
Think about my access. I know especially the country like India, they have horrible access. Horrible. I went to one of my national conference. That's why I hate going to those places. They have a huge this stage. And just temporary wooden stair. Means a very normal person will walk on that, he will fall. Means just temporary wooden stair, they have put it with 10 steps to go to the stage and talk about. In UK and even in Germany, you cannot make like that. Any building, the building department will not pass if you don't have ramp. Am I right?
100%.
Anywhere in the UK or USA and even Germany where you are trained, you cannot have the bus which doesn't have the hydraulic wheelchair access. It cannot be a train where you cannot have a wheelchair access. Am I right? In developing country, it is horrible. Still. Even normal people has a problem. And they never think about the physically challenged person's access. Even the ramps are not there, you cannot go anywhere. So this is horrible, painful. In UK, when I was coming with my buggy sometime, and even if you are not on the bus stoppage, and they see that any disabled person is there on the road, they will stop the bus and a ramp will come out to pick you up.
He will come himself to pick you up. And sometimes the bus will
tilt, yes, kneel down. You have seen in Germany. Yes. Who care here? Even the normal people, they are hitting another to enter into bus. Isn't it? If you go to the developing country, it is like that. So government means even for normal person surviving is difficult. And for disabled, nobody think about. I have made an organization that is called ISA, All India Association of the Differently Abled People. But I cannot, what can I alone do? I cannot do anything. And unless the people, all people get educated, even in UAE it is much better. Access is there. You cannot see much stair. You cannot see. But in developing country it is horrible. So it is painful. So I must ask the God if they will give me that, take this problem with me.
Okay. You have also developed some techniques, some surgical techniques with your name. Can you tell us about this?
Yes, one thing is that I have modified the Palmer's point with the Misra's point, as you were telling. What happens sometime that suppose you have splenectomy done. Basically, Palmer point is used for the patient who has the previous problem going through the umbilicus or supraumbilical because of previous surgery or any adhesion. Yes. So in those situations, Palmer point is 2 centimeters below the costal margin in mid-clavicular line. But if patient has some gastric surgery like sleeve or splenectomy, that also may have the adhesion. So what we do, we put 2 centimeters above the costal margin, where adhesion cannot reach at all. Because how can adhesion go anterior to the rib? That is not possible. And just give one stab, and because patient is fully relaxed, so stretch it down. So basically, Misra's point is a stretched Palmer point. And then you will put a various needle here. Never you will get adhesion because you are anterior to rib and you have stretched it down. Another, once pneumoperitoneum is created, then automatically it remains stretched throughout the surgery. Because abdomen gets distended. So trocar directly you pass towards the stomach. Other advantage that at the end, once you remove the gas, then again it go above the rib. So you don't need port closure and no chances of hernia. This is one we have done. Another, I have developed a technique of Misra's knot. Yes, that is there. Another, we have developed a technique of doing IPOM inguinal hernia with suturing. You might have seen that. That we have developed, but that is only reserved for the small direct.
Nobody talking about this in the world, only in your institute.
So that we have done at least 500 cases, and it's good. It works, but patient selection is important. It should never be used for the complete inguinoscrotal hernia because that sac will not retract.
Then you will have seroma.
Seroma, yes. But for direct hernia, it's good because direct sac will retract automatically once the content stop going there. Another, we have developed some of the technique of doing the vault retractor for the Misra's vault retractor, that is for the sacrocolpopexy for the gynecologist. So these are the few things. Another, that shadow telescope, that was my research which university has given to Storch because our university was sponsored by Storch. So he has taken that. So these are the few things. And then we have in our, we have the university program, and that we give PhD in minimal access surgery also from NIL, and that is 3-year course. However, we take only 1 student per year. So that PhD program, our student, like one of my student, his name is Dr. Hanumant. He was from All India Institute of Medical Sciences. He has developed one infrared gastric calibration tube. So that was the first, and now company is making it. So what is there, that every camera can see LED. So he has used the remote bulb, TV remote bulb, and put in a gastric calibration tube. and attach with one charger and then shield the tip by the silicone. So once you will put it during sleep, it will keep on blinking.
The similar thing in the
ureter, yes, same. Idea is same. And that idea was taken from there only. But in ureter you have fiber optic. It is just bulb. And then it is blinking. So one company has, yes, one company, and then problem is there will no looping. You can guide it to go towards the, pylorus. And you can see it is completely attached to the lesser curvature or not. So those ideas, so we have, because we are licensed to use research on the animal, we are the only institute in India who has the CPSC approval. Because, yes, because in every country, use of animal by the cruelty prevention, it's illegal. Even in UAE, even in USA. So you have to take permission from the government, and very strict protocols are there that you should have an animal life. You should have all the proposal passed with the government. So we are licensed to do those research. So that way every year we have some research by our student, and then we develop idea how to improve it. So many of one of the student has made a camera wiper. Fogging happens a lot, and one of the biggest problem of laparoscopy is cleaning the telescope. So we have made it with the help of one IIT engineer, that there is a small rub over the tip of the telescope which will clean the telescope. And automatically. There is a knob on the outside, you have to just press.
It's like by colonoscopy, by this, yes. Hand washing.
Yes, similarly. So that way you don't have to spare time for cleaning, taking out, repeatedly cleaning.
I didn't saw it not yet here in our institute. It's a very good idea.
Yes.
Because we struggle a lot with taking the camera out, clean it, anti-fog material, put the camera inside.
Inside again, yes. So these type of things. One of my friend who is in USA, he has already developed, I have given him the idea for robotic needle holder. Robotic needle holder you might have seen there. You have to just attach with the wrist, and then once you articulate your hand, the needle holder will articulate inside. So we are the research partner. Even our Mantra robot, which was developed in India, we are the research partner. All their animal study we conducted in our institute, because they are applying now for the US FDA. And US FDA will see how you develop your different studies. So they used our animal lab for showing their study. We took the permission from the government for some of the protocol which we have done in our lab. So that way we are helping whatever is possible. However, technology is advancing so much that if you want, you need a lot of financial support to develop something. So we are not in that actually. Otherwise, in USA or in Germany, government support you a lot. If you want to develop something and you give your project, government will sponsor. But not in every country, it's not possible. So chances are there. A lot of areas of development is there in the robotic and even in laparoscopy. A lot of areas are there. But financial support is also required.
Dr. Mishra, Professor Mishra, I'm very happy to having you today in our studio, in our podcast. And you are also one of my mentors. Really, I learned a lot from your videos and from your techniques. And as a successful person and even as a successful surgeon, well-known surgeon, if I tell you, give us advice for the young surgeon, medical advice or advice for a normal person, how to be successful, how to come over your obstacles and your disability, which gold advice you will give them?
One of the most important advice is that we should be less informed. Nowadays we are over-informed due to the social media, due to the political news, due to the government, due to the industry. Everybody is bombarding information upon us. Am I right? You open YouTube, you open Facebook, you open Instagram, they are always ready to distract you. So one of my advice is that as a doctor, as a physician, as a surgeon, we should be less informed for the information which is not necessary for us. Because we think that, oh, this information has come and passed. But knowingly or unknowingly, it is hitting some of our unconscious brain. Isn't it?
Nice, very nice.
And it is taking us away from our goal. Because once you see something, then of course you think about that. Once it comes in your thought process, then it becomes your desire. And once you become your desire, then it becomes your goal. And that goal is away from your main goal. So less informed because it is disturbing politically, religiously, continent-wise. What is that? Why should I know what is Trump is telling about this sanction and what is this doing? I should think about my patient and I should think about my access technique in the laparoscopy, not about Trump access.
Trump access nowadays, he also affecting our daily life, okay, because of the...
Yes, anyway it will affect. If you will think about not, or another important thing is that if we will be less informed with the other things, means I am not saying that completely become cut off, but if less informed from other things, then of course we have a room there for our information.
You will equip our brain cells with not important...
Yes, you will not have... Yes, like a computer, you don't have a big recycle bin. You should have a very empty recycle bin or empty desktop. Isn't it?
100%.
This is one. Another important thing I will tell, that, if you will go on your fame, you will get fame. If you will go behind money, you will get behind money. You will go about your power, you will get power. Means political power or knowing the people power. But if you will think only one thing, that anyhow your patient should get best by you, you will get all. So as a doctor, we should only think about that my patient should get the best life and best health. And then everything will come behind you. Money will come, power will come, good wishes will come, blessing will come, and of course name, fame will be there. So my message is that we should be honest to our profession and try that whatever happens. I should not tell, but sometime if my patient is very sick, then about to die, then I wish to the God that take some of my life years and give to him. Means it looks like that. Even you might be thinking about that. Because no doctor can feel that your patient is dying and you are helpless. Am I right?
But sometimes we cannot help.
And that's why people are saying that doctors are next to God. That's why they are saying. So we must fulfill this faith. And we should be an honest doctor. Because society has a lot of expectation from us. Because once they leave their complete life on us, and they become just watching your face, you must have seen that how much they have desire, how much they have faith, everything. So nowadays doctors are not like that, unfortunately. But it is not only for the patient, it is for you also, as a young surgeon or doctor. If you will go just to wish your patient should be 100% cured by you and you can give maximum to them, everything you will get.
And even the knowledge you will get. So this is my message, because it's a profession which needs a lot of effort and a lot of responsibility. Society has given upon us, and we must try to fulfill this job with the utmost sincerity and honesty. This is my faith. Otherwise, leave this profession, become something else, become businessman, no problem. As a doctor, you can do other things also.
Sure.
So this is important, and less inform is important, because if over-inform, nowadays information is, everyone is trying, because we are consumer ultimately. So everyone trying to push, because media is trying to push, because we consume the media. The industry is trying to push upon us because we consume their product. Politician is trying to push upon because they need our vote. Am I right? And these all informations, knowingly or unknowingly, creating our mind perverted. Thinking about the religion, thinking about the enemy, each another, thinking about the cross-country hate. And that is one of the big problems doctors should not have. Let the other people do. But as a doctor, we know only one thing, that is humanity, and how to save the life. So if we will have this race, creed, religion, these type of feeling inside, can we become a good doctor? Never. That's why in the war time also, nobody, Red Cross and the doctors are excused. They can go to even treat the enemies also. So whole world need this type of wisdom. So that way if you will work, then it is good.
Very nice. Professor Mishra, I am very happy having you here with this advice. I'm very happy to end this discussion.
Thank you very much, Dr. Adam. Actually, this was the first interview in my life where I have spoken everything. Generally, I don't speak regarding that. People
try to find anything in the internet. You speak only about surgery. Never spoken about your...
No, never about my life or about this thing. And generally, this is the first time I have spoken in front of you. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And you are a great surgeon. You are a great robotic surgeon. I have seen you. And my best wishes are with you.
Thank you.
And I know that one day you will be one of the best in this world.
I hope. Thank you, Professor Mishra. I'm very happy having you here. It's my pleasure to learn from you a lot of techniques. I will now tell my viewers here in Arabic. إحنا اليوم سعيدين جدا بلقاء البروفيسور مشرا، الشخص أو الطفل الذي عانى من كثير من المعوقات والمشاكل اللي بتخلي أي إنسان ناجح ممكن يفشل. هاي المعوقات ما وقفته عن التحدي الحياة وإنه يكون طبيب، وبعد ما صار طبيب صار جراح، وبعدين صار أفضل جراح في المدينة اللي كان عايش فيها. وحاليا هو بيدرب أكثر من درب أكثر من 15,000 جراح حول العالم. ما زال بيسافر حول العالم وجاي اليوم هون عشان عنده كورس يدرب الجراحين عن جراحة المناظير والجراحة الروبوتية، ولسه عنده الصبر والطاقة إنه يعطي أكثر. هذا الدرس لازم نتعلم منه كتير، كيف إنه إحنا الناس العاديين اللي عندنا صحة عادية وبنقدر نتحدى أي مشاكل مش قادرين نحقق أحلامنا ونجاحاتنا. ولما نشوف هاي الأشخاص تعطينا إلهام إنه إحنا كمان بنقدر نكون ناس ناجحين ونحقق أحلامنا. وهاي رسالة أنا اللي بوجه لكم إياها، إنه الأحلام تتحقق. يعطيكم العافية وشكرا لمشاهدتكم هذا الديسكشن، وإن شاء الله بنشوفكم في حلقات تانية.
Thank you. شكرا to everyone. Thank you.